Hey guys, we're going to launch straight into this in a second. Welcome to the How to Automate Your Business and Save at least $25,000 a year with point of sale. We're just waiting for a few more people to join. We're already around at 60, 70 attendees now. So really excited to have you here today. We're going to discuss some of the challenges in which new and existing businesses are facing in the 2017, 2018 era at the moment, and give you some real life solutions on how to automate and solve these problems and save thousands of dollars in the process. So I think we're about ready to join. I'm just going to now kind of go into the next slide here. So give you a bit of an introduction into who we are. My name is David Duncan. I'm the VP of Sales and Operations at EPOS now. I've been with the company 7 years now, worked with over 30,000 businesses and helped them kind of grow from 1 to 100 locations or become more profitable if they want to stay as a small and medium business. I've also got with me Mark Henry. Mark Henry is an accounting major, and he's going to be sharing a lot of useful insight into how customers are saving money, saving time in their inventory and accounting process. Just before we launch into this, just want to kind of share some of our awards and recognitions. We have been recognized by both the US and the UK government and independent award bodies as helping small and medium enterprises in growing, making more money, becoming a lot more innovating in this industry. And you can see from some of the customers we work with, such as CC Pizzas, Yankee Candle, Best Western, that we work with kind of some of the top level corporates, as well as the small mum and pop businesses, the restaurants, the retail stores, the cafes, the independents. And so all the information we're going to be sharing today, it's going to be useful whether you're a new existing business, whether you've got 1 location or 100 locations. So we really look forward to diving in here. So just before we launch into the challenges, I really want to give you guys an agenda of what we've got going on today. So it should only take about 15-20 minutes. We've got a kind of agenda we want to follow here today. First of all, we're going to be going into how times have changed. Then we're going to be talking about the 5 challenges that are really slowing down your revenue growth as a business. So we're talking about inventory, we're going to be talking about customer retention, we're going to be talking about sales reporting and margin control, we're going to be talking about accounting, and finally we're going to be talking about remote access and accessing your business when you're not there. So some really good challenges that both new and existing businesses are struggling with in this day and age. So just to launch straight into it, like what I really want to focus on is, what percentage of businesses fail in the first 18 months. So if we can just get some answers on the right hand side, I just want you to kind of type in your percentages. So we're already getting some answers through. We've got 20, 30%, 40%, 60%, 80%, 95%.
10%.
So yeah, there's a lot of kind of answers coming here on the right. So when we actually look at the data, and I'm just going to share this with you now, Forbes did a study on this, and it's in that article you can see on the bottom left here, like 80% of businesses fail in the first 18 months. That is massive. Such a huge number. Imagine all of those people that have saved up their life savings, borrowed money from the bank or family and friends and gone into business, and 8 out of 10 of them fail. Massive number. And what's really surprising, and when we did the analysis from our customer base, now that we've got 7 years of data behind us, 30,000 customers, is that this number is drastically reduced if they have a POS system to 25%. So if you have a POS system, this figure drastically reduces to 25%, and you know how to use it properly, you've got all the automation and the processes in place, this figure reduces to 25%. So huge number, and that's why it's so essential that you keep on listening to this call today and find out how how to kind of increase that revenue, how to kind of prevent your business being one of the 8 out of 10. So just to kind of give you a bit of background into the industry at the moment, technology is changing the retail and hospitality space. You've already seen it with Netflix taking over Blockbuster, you've already seen it with Uber taking over taxi firms, and more recently you've already seen it with Toys R Us getting taken over by Amazon, okay? So the reason why these companies succeeded is not because Netflix came across and destroyed them, or Uber did to taxi firms. It's because the market's changing. The market is a lot more customer centric now. Netflix and Uber are very customer centric, very innovative. The reason why Blockbuster failed was because of late fees, was because of charging customers extra for DVDs, or they never had them in stock when you went down to the store, and it took ages to drive there and park in the car park and actually go into the store. So now with Netflix, you can just log on to your TV or laptop and watch any series or any movie you like for $10 a month. It's insane. Same with Amazon as well. With Toys R Us and Amazon most recently, 10 years ago, you used to go down Toys R Us, it used to be kind of like walking down the aisles, picking the toys. Nowadays, you can do that in Walmart. You can do that online on Amazon from the seat of your, the seat of your computer. And, what this kind of really highlights is that these companies didn't innovate. They didn't control the customer experience. And you can already see it, especially now, we talked about the retail industry, but even with the hospitality industry. So a lot more people now are ordering online. They're ordering their food for takeaways. They're going out a bit less. And so what it's all about nowadays is to provide that customer with an experience. So when they come out, they're getting more than just a meal. They're getting fast service. They're getting the food they want every time. They're getting promotions and loyalty points if they're visiting you often. So it's all about how do we kind of automate those processes in both the retail and hospitality industry? How do we keep existing customers coming back? And at the end of the day, how do we make sure you survive those next 18 months and generate more revenue at the same time? So we're just going to kind of launch into the first challenge here. I'm going to let Mark explain, a bit about the first challenge. It's inventory control. So Mark, why don't you talk about some of the experiences you've had with customers that aren't using a point of sale, first of all, and also like the way that point of sale can really help them from an inventory perspective.
Yeah, with pleasure. So obviously inventory done without a point of sale, it's very traditional. You're looking at people with pen and paper, writing a lot of things down, going over popular products in there and making sure that they're still in stock, but it's very loose net. So you have to really rely on your employees to be very honest, because you don't know if you're dealing with any type of theft issue, if it's an internal or external thing. So that's the first thing. And also, a lot of the times you have the inability to actually forecast and see, what is really going on and what I should actually get for the next Halloween or the next holiday, and what did I do last year. So inventory is very critical for that. When you're doing a lot of things on pen and paper, it's kind of hard to go back and look and see at that specific date and time and know that we sold 20, 30 Coronas that night. So that's also something that's very critical. And then also, you're just losing business to just being unstocked. So pretty much, customer walks into the location. A lot of small businesses, maybe yourself, can agree that somebody comes in, something you normally have, they check there, it's not there, and they leave and they go to Walmart, they go to Lowe's. You cannot lose business just based off of not having the product in stock. You need to be warned, and this is why a lot of people revert to the point of sale system. So with a point of sale system, of course, you're saving a lot of time because you're not spending a lot of time just going over inventory, going over your reports. You have it automatically in your system with a live inventory system that's going to be able to warn you when you're running low on products. So you're automatically going to know that you need to reorder this product, or what did we do last Halloween, and automatically see that inside the system. So you're going to save yourself a lot of time and money just off customers alone, not leaving the business, because you'll always have the products in stock. So, just going over the result of what an inventory system will do for you. No more under or over ordering products. No more wasting money on useless stock. So, we didn't get into really of products that just hadn't left the shelf and that you had them there. And then some of the times you will keep that product in, and let's just say you get 5 things of candy bars and you sold those candy bars within 3 months. It probably makes sense not to reorder the 5 or increase it to 10. These business owners, they see that it's out of stock. They reorder it, maybe order more of it because they think that it's selling and it's really not. And also, you want to keep as much money liquid as possible inside of your bank account. So you want to make sure that you're taking a great decision on, turning stock to cash faster. So you don't want these non-selling products. Now I'm going to pass this back over to Dave for the customer retention.
Yeah, so with customer loyalty, guys, there's so many stats out there, that show, 10 times more expensive to get a new customer than it is to retain an existing customer. And this is going to be even a bigger challenge now that you've got the online and digital age, because obviously you've got less customers going out to brick and mortar retail or going out to restaurants and takeaways. They're more kind of ordering online. So you need to be making sure that the customer experience is solid and that every customer that you get in, you're retaining. So let's just talk a bit about how are you doing customer loyalty without a POS system. You would see the traditional stamp cards in coffee shops and juice bars, etc., cafes, and you've also got like the coupons, the newspapers that you get in kind of retail stores, etc. But the key element that these methods are missing is any kind of personalization to the customer and any kind of data tracking. What are the big companies like Amazon and Walmart doing? They're tracking what you like to buy, what you're typically buying. Before you even know you buy it, you're going to get an email kind of getting you, looped into an offer about it. You're going to get personalization, you're going to get discounts, and they really show that they understand the customer. So obviously, you don't have to be Amazon or Walmart to have their technology. This can be, had on an affordable level. And so with a point of sale system, what this is actually going to do is track every customer that comes in. It's going to track, your busiest times, your slowest times, kind of advise you when to kind of market, so you kind of know maybe I need to put a promotion on in those slower period of times to get more customers coming in. It's then going to tell you, what Joe Bloggs likes to buy. He comes in every Friday and maybe he buys a pizza. How can we kind of keep him engaged in the brand, making sure that he's coming in the future. You're also able to build up points. So, you personalize the offers to him. You can then build up points and loyalty for coming back to you all the time. And, once a customer's coming back, 2 or 3 or 4 times, the research proves that they're more likely to come back on a regular basis. It's about getting past that first couple of times when they come in. And when they come in, if they experience slow service, if they experience an inferior product or, long wait times, etc., and a bad environment where it's just no energy, no atmosphere, then they're not going to come back, and you've basically lost that customer to the new juice bar or new restaurant opening up down the road or new retail store, whatever it may be. So customer loyalty is an essential part of your strategy in this day and age, more so than ever. So what can you expect from implementing a POS system and enforcing customer loyalty? So from our research that we've done across our customer base, you're able to increase repeat customer visits by 2 times. Like I said, the system is going to be logging every time a customer comes in and showing you how many times they come in, how much they spend on average. And you can see that you're going to have an increased customer spend by 20% on upsells. Because what we can do on the system is build in prompts for the sales staff, in retail, for the kind of servers in hospitality, to kind of like ask for the upsell. Ask for, would you like a shot with that? Would you like a muffin with that, for example? So that's not only increasing the number of customers you're getting coming into the business, it's increasing how much they spend. So that's challenge 2. Make sure you're kind of aware of that. I'm going to get Mark now to kind of go into challenge 3, which is actually sales reporting.
Yeah, the sales reporting, once again, just like the inventory, you're looking at a lot of work from the owners, a lot of downtime that they have to sit in the office and then work and find out how much money they've made in revenue, how much they've done in refunds. And what you're really going to see inside this is that there's a lot of revenue misstatements. So for example, you thought that you made 10 grand over the year, but then you didn't account for all the times that you accepted a refund, but it wasn't a product that you could put back out and sell, so you took a loss. So those are things that are just skewed. Nobody's an accountant over a day. You want to make sure that you have all this information automatically in the system, any type of discrepancy, so that you know how much money you're accurately making. And also, once again, that forecasting aspect. So, being able to see your best-selling products is going to be essential to getting the sales reporting in. For specific example, you're looking at a bar, and about 3 years ago, we actually had Fireball whiskey. Cinnamon whiskey was very popular inside the bars. So a lot of the times, people would actually, put a promotion out there to get customers to come in, get Fireball whiskey, and then run up a tab and make X amount more money from that customer. Now, if you didn't have a point of sale system, how do you actually find out what's popular, what's not popular? You just have to go off of what you're actually selling, or maybe what Ashley's selling on the nights that you're not there. And you're going to miss this new phase that's coming in. And while people that have point of sale can see this, what's going to happen is they're going to win the business, and you're going to see a decrease in customers over that time frame. So just heading into the point of sale system, like we said, being able to see your best-selling products, things change by the season, so maybe you want to see things on the weekly basis, the monthly basis. It doesn't make a difference. As long as you have these reports here, you can use them to your advantage. There's a reason why you'll walk past a restaurant and they'll have a picture of food or steak outside, because they know that that's what people come there for. So it's essential to have that. And also with your sales reporting, you're going to get a lot of intel on what I shouldn't be selling anymore. Is the cost of having a product greater than actually keeping it around? Because there's a lot of business decisions being made, and without these sales reports right there in your hands as they happen, you're going to be a lagger of your own information, and that's never going to be fine. So the result is, see what products you were buying in last week, month, year, see how they're doing. Understand which products make you money, which ones don't. Once again, get rid of the things that you don't. Put them on the bargain rack. Get people to buy them off there. And then also you have better insight on negotiation. So if you understand that a lot of people are coming in and buying the Fireball whiskey, then you can go back to your supplier and say, hey, listen, I've sold 100 bottles of this. I want to decrease my average cost from $1 to 80 cents. And they're more receptive of having that and negotiating with you. So next thing is pretty much the accounting. I'm just going to head into this one. It's very important to understand that about 5% of small to medium businesses are audited in the U.S. each year, and they can analyze anything from just 1 year all the way to 3-year span. So it's very important to kind of understand that if you don't have these accurate sales reports, accurate inventory reports, this could put you at risk of getting audited. So when you're getting audited, you could potentially run into a fine, which could equal anything from the low end of $300 all the way to thousands of dollars. So you have to prepare for this, and that capital investment of getting something that could do this for you is ultimately worth it if you do have to face a fine of $1,000. So we're all human here, and just to keep it in layman's terms, human error always happens. People make mistakes left, right, center, and you need to kind of make sure that you're on top of things and that you have something in place that's going to catch you when you fall. If you're doing everything by yourself, or that you're not marking things sales in, you could be misstating things and then could ultimately get you audited. So being aware of all of these things and these situations happening, a point of sale system is almost essential for just the accounting aspect. So, once again, we're just going to be spending a lot more time, without that point of sale, writing things down. Nobody likes doing the numbers. When you started the business, you wanted to focus on your craft. You didn't think about sitting in an office all day cranking out numbers. So, with the POS system, ultimately, you are going to be able to see absolutely every single transaction going into your back office. You can sync up with your accountancy, or, you could export it into a CSV, which is supported across the world. And this is just going to be able to have absolutely everything that comes in and goes out of your business, margins, taxes, tax codes. So you're not going to have to deal with paying an accountant on a monthly basis to file or look over all the receipts and get everything correctly done. You're going to save a lot of money just solely in accounting fees not racking up. You can go to them on a quarterly basis and hand them the files, and they can go and consolidate that within an hour or 2 hours instead of spending a couple days and giving you a proper decision on how the business is doing. So the next thing is remote access. Dave's going to focus on this with everybody.
Cool. So yeah, remote access, guys. So there is no excuse now that we're in 2017, 2018 to kind of not be able to run your business when you're not there. Essentially, what we're all about here is managing multiple businesses at once, or maybe you kind of want to have that work-life balance. Without a POS system, there's no real way of seeing what's going on in the business without being there, which means you're going to have to commute to the business. If you've got multiple stores or locations, you're going to have to commute around. You're going to have to call your manager up. He's going to have to email you reports or send them or scan them over. You're going to have to line them all up and work out what's going on in each location, add up all the stock you need to reorder together. It's going to take you hours. And what that means is that when you go into the business, there's a lot of kind of fact finding when you're in the business, in terms you've got to sit in the back room, do your reporting, and what that means is that you're away from the front floor, the front of house, etc., to see what's going on, how can the customer experience be improved. I need to focus on maybe sales and marketing, but I can't because I'm doing all this reporting in the back room. So with a POS system, what it's actually going to enable you to do is log in from any device, laptop, tablet or phone, and see what is going on in that location. Not only what is going on in that location, but if you've got multiple locations, any location individually or combined. You can also add products, change prices. Maybe you're away on holiday and want to just, launch a new promotion. It's going to enable you to do everything that, you would be able to do if you were in the location. So it's going to give you that freedom, it's going to give you that time back, and it's going to make you more effective when you're in the business, more importantly. So overall, what are we looking at? So at the start of the webinar, I talked about how we were going to show you how to save $25,000 a year. And from our customer research across thousands of small and medium businesses turning over $250,000 plus, this is the typical saving: $27,000. Non-moving inventory, $5,500 saving. Reducing staff discounts by putting permissions and kind of securities in place, $5.1 thousand. We're looking at shrinkage, wastage, $2,500. Increase in upsells and cross sells, $4,500. The admin hours saved from the accounting, the inventory, $2,000. And the loyalty module, just by tracking what customers are buying, getting them coming back more often, $7,000. So all in all, $27,000 saving is huge. So much more than most people think out there. So really, there's only three types of people. You've got those that make things happen, those that watch things happen, and those that are wondering what just happened. So, make sure you're not going to be a Blockbuster, you're not going to be a Toys R Us. You need to be understanding the changes that are coming in your industry right now that are going to affect, the retail and hospitality space. They're already affecting, as you can see, with more people buying online, more people ordering online, more people going out to value that customer experience. You need to make sure that you're overcoming these challenges we've talked about, and that you're saving money and making more money in the process. So really, the next steps of what we're doing, we need to book a time for us to talk. If you're interested in learning a lot more, going into a deeper dive into maybe your business, your needs, maybe seeing the software down the line, let's book a time for us to talk. You can do that on the right hand of the screen now. We're going to do a quick 15-20 minute consultation just to see if we're going to be a right fit for you, just to see if it's going to make sense for us to work together. And then we're going to find the right solution for you. We're going to make sure that we're looking at some of the options we have on the market, software only, hardware, etc., and seeing if we've got the right solution for you. So all you need to do, like I said, click the Get Started button on the right hand side. Make sure you submit your email address, your details, so we can kind of follow up within the next 24-48 hours and make things happen. And any additional questions, you can always email me personally, david.duncan@eposnow.com. We are kind of reaching our time limit now, so if you could kind of make sure you submit your details on the right hand side or drop me an email, that'd be awesome. And we really look forward to chatting with you. So for now, it's bye. And I really want to hear from you soon. And any other questions, let me know.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.